Sometimes I miss key points in class because the lecturer explains in Kinyarwanda and I don't understand. There was a time when I asked a question in English and instead of answering in English, the lecturer switched to Kinyarwanda and leaving me confused. Even though courses are supposed to be in English, I noticed that the lecturer students often mix Kinyarwanda, making it harder for me to follow. And it's frustrating when classmates prefer discussing in Kinyarwanda during group work. I feel so out and struggle to contribute. Outside the class, many students speak Kinyarwanda among themselves. It makes it harder for me to socialize or even ask questions because I'm not engaged in Kinyarwanda.
Yes, I often feel lost when lecturers switch Kinyarwanda and I have to rely on classmates to explain in English. Sometimes I completely miss key concepts because the teachers explains in Kinyarwanda, assuming everyone understands. I hesitate to ask questions because I fear the explanation will come back in Kinyarwanda, which won't help me much. It is discouraging when classmates respond to questions in Kinyarwanda, even in an English-based class. I feel disconnected. Most local students talk in Kinyarwanda. Even when I'm around, I feel like an outsider in conversation. At school event, I find it hard to interact because most activities and informal chats are in Kinyarwanda.
It's very hard to interact with the Rwandan students because outside class many students speak in Rwanda among themselves, which makes it harder for me to socialize or even ask for help. It seems like English is not their hobby or else they find it harder to use it in daily communication. One time I wanted to order food but the vendor only spoke Kinyarwanda. I had to rely on gestures and struggled to communicate. I tried to ask classmates for translations when Kinyarwanda is just too much, but it will be easier if the discussion stayed in English. Better way, universities should encourage lecturers and local students to be mindful of international students and maybe provide basic Kinyarwanda lessons to help us judge.
Lecturers should stick to English or French during lessons and only translate when necessary. Universities should encourage students to mix languages more and include international students in conversation.
Honestly speaking, lecturers should be encouraged to minimize unnecessary use of Kinyarwanda in lessons, ensuring international students receive clear explanations. Students should be encouraged to maintain discussions in the official language during group assignments to ensure inclusivity. At least if universities implement these solutions, international students can learn effectively, participate fully, and build meaningful social connections without feeling excluded.